Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm your host, Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Now, the Week 7 AP Top 25 poll is out, and I've got my Only Talk Sports Top 25 poll to compare with the AP and see what you guys think about either poll, and let's get started. I've got Georgia in my Top 25 Only Talk Sports poll, number 1. Last week I had him number 2, and the AP poll has the number 1 as well again with a dominating win over Auburn 42-10. And they look fantastic in this game, and they again look like the number 1 team. Although the reason why they dropped from number 1 is because they were kind of not looking like the number 1 team against Missouri and Kent State. Alabama is my new number 2 team. I had them number 1 last week. The AP poll dropped to number 3. They beat Texas A&M 24-20, and obviously Bryce Young was out, but they were not dominating in this game. It's kind of funny because you have Georgia and you have Alabama, and they keep going back and forth because one week Georgia looks like the best team, the next week Alabama looks like the best team, and then they kind of flip-flop and they're just kind of inconsistent. At number 3, I have Ohio State. I had the number 3 last week. The AP poll moved them up to number 2. And they did look dominating and win at Michigan State 49-20, but I just did not have them passing Alabama just yet. Clemson's number 4. Last week I had them number 4, and the AP poll moved them up to number 4 with a win at Boston College 31-3. They were dominating in this game. Boston College couldn't do anything against Clemson, and Clemson is definitely in the playoff hunt. Number 5 is Michigan. Last week I had them number 5, and the AP poll is number 5, and they won at Indiana 31-10. Obviously, Michigan kind of struggled against Indiana in the first half, but they pulled away in the second half. And Michigan, it also, like with Clemson, is in the playoff hunt, and they're playing good football at times. At number 6, Tennessee. Last week they were number 6. The AP poll has them at 6 now, and they won at LSU 40-13. Tennessee is looking fantastic. They have a big showdown against Alabama next week, and the LSU win, again, LSU couldn't even keep it close, and winning at Death Valley is hard enough, but to blow them out the way they did, a great win for Tennessee. At number 7, USC. Last week they were number 7. The AP poll has them at number 7, and they won against Washington State 30-14. That was a good win there because Washington State is a good team, and USC handled them very well, so that was a good win there. Oklahoma State is at number 8. Last week they were number 8. My poll, the AP poll, is a number 8, and they beat Texas Tech 41-31. That was a good win there because Texas Tech is a good football team in the Big 12, and Oklahoma State handled them. Ole Miss is at number 9. Last week I had them number 9. The AP poll is at number 9. So we are agreeing, me and the AP, on a lot of these teams. They won at Vanderbilt 52-28. This game was kind of close until the second half, and they finally pulled away against Vanderbilt. Penn State's number 10. Last week I had them number 10. The AP poll is a number 10. They had a bye, so I'm not going to move a team when they haven't played and they're on a bye, unless obviously a lot of teams ahead of them lose. Number 11 is Oregon. Last week I had them number 13. The AP poll moved them up to number 12, and they won at Arizona 49-22. Something they have not done in a long time. They were very impressive in this game. Obviously, Arizona is an improved football team, and Oregon took care of business. Number 12, I have UCLA. Last week I had them number 18, and the AP poll leapfrogged them over Oregon to number 11. The win over Utah was impressive, 42-32. I did not have them passing Oregon just yet, but that was a really good win for UCLA. And if they keep playing good football like they are, they could definitely maybe surprise people and maybe be a sneaky playoff team. We'll see. Number 13, Wake Forest. Last week I had a number 15. The AP poll is a number 14. They beat Army 45-10. That was a really good win. Army, obviously, they play a different style of football than everybody else does, but Wake Forest handled business. Number 14 is TCU. Last week I had them number 16. The AP poll has them number 13. And they won at Kansas 38-31. Again, same thing with the UCLA-Oregon situation. I did not have TCU passing Wake Forest just yet. But TCU, that was a great win on the road at Kansas, who is a lot better of a football team than they used to be, and that was a great win there. Number 15 is NC State. Last week I had a number 14. The AP poll has a number 15, and they beat Florida State 19-17. A good win to get a win, but they kind of struggled in this game, and they definitely could have lost, but NC State got the win. Number 16, Mississippi State. Last week I had them 20. The AP poll is a number 16. They beat Arkansas 40-17. Me and the AP are agreeing again on a lot of these rankings, and they were very dominant in the Arkansas win, so that's why I moved Mississippi State up to 16. Number 17, Kansas State. Last week, number 21, I had them, and the AP poll has them 17. as well. They won at Iowa State 10-9. This was a close game, but Iowa State could not score again, and Kansas State won in a defensive showdown. It's always good as a team when you, like Kansas State in the past few weeks, put up a lot of points, but in this game they won with their defense. That's always a good sign of a really good football team. Number 18, I have Kansas. Last week I had the number 17. The AP polls are 19. They lost to TCU 38-31. No shame in losing to TCU. TCU is really good this year. And obviously Jalen Daniels got hurt in this game. So obviously Kansas is still looking like a really good football team. They just could not get the win. At number 19, I have Utah. Last week they were number 11. The AP poll is number 20. They lost at UCLA 42-32. Fortunately for Utah, maybe they're not as good as they were last year, but I still think they're a really good team. But they have a big showdown against USC coming up. At number 20, Kentucky. Last week I had them 12. AP polls at number 22. They lost to South Carolina 24-14. Obviously Will Levis got hurt. That stinks for Kentucky, but Kentucky is moving down the poll fast. Number 21 is Syracuse. Last week I had a number 24. The AP polls at number 18. They had a bye. I didn't move them up as far because they had a bye, but Syracuse is definitely moving up the poll, and if they continue to play well and when they have these tougher opponents coming up, they will move up even more. At number 22, I have Texas. Last week, I had them not ranked. The AP polls at number 22, and they destroyed Oklahoma 49-0 in the Red River rivalry. Great win for Texas, and now that Quinn Ewers is back, maybe Texas will move up even further. At number 23, I have Baylor. Last week, I had them number 25. The AP poll does not have them ranked. They had a bye. I still think Baylor should be in the top 25. Their 2 losses are not to bad football teams, but Baylor's going to have to prove that they are a top 25 team in the future for me to keep them in the poll, in my poll anyway. Number 24, UNC. North Carolina was not ranked in my poll last week. The AP poll does not have them ranked either right now, but they won at Miami 27-24. Good win for the Tar Heels. And at number 25, I have Coastal Carolina. Last week, they were not ranked in my poll, and the AP poll does not have them ranked either, but they won at UL Monroe 28-21, and they are 6-0, and Coastal Carolina is playing good football. And the other team votes, I have Cincinnati. The AP poll is in 21, but I do not have them ranked. They've beaten Tulsa and South Florida the last 2 weeks, but those just aren't good enough wins for me to put them in the top 25 yet right now, but they could move in if they keep winning. James Madison and the AP poll is number 25, but I do not have them ranked either. They're 5-0, Coastal Carolina 6-0. That's why I put Coastal Carolina in. And Illinois, I do not have ranked either. The AP poll is number 24. Illinois is doing really good. If they continue to win, I will have them ranked as well. And the other teams that I have in my others receiving votes are Notre Dame, Florida, Tulane, Purdue, South Carolina, Maryland, LSU, Minnesota, and BYU. And all those teams could definitely move up into my top 25 and in the AP's top 25 if they continue to win. Comment down below what you think about my Only Talk Sports Top 25 poll versus the AP. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below, and I will see you next time.